this is an actual closure, right? So we can actually say it closed. So with this being said, right, even if the weekly were to drive down, right, where would the weekly drive down towards next? Like, I'm not saying it is going to drive down, right? We're not selecting a bias here. We're looking from both perspectives, right? So even if price were to drive down, what would make the most sense? You're probably looking at like the bottom of the range here, down here at like, I would say 2080s, 2100s, right? In terms of your next minor support. So even if price were to drop down, that's your next level. And if price were to drop down, you likely will need a top wick at some given point. You likely will need liquidity, right? Which means that at some point, you're going to have to fill this wick here, right? Because look left, that wick there, if you guys know what wicks are, if you guys reverse engineer the candle, those wicks are just candles being printed on a smaller time frame. So you might see a huge wick on a weekly, but you might see a daily four account printing an onion, right? Or for instance, it's printing something like this. So you probably see in a smaller time frame us pushing up here, right? And as we're pushing up here, you probably got a bearish candle closure, resistance, right? Something like this. And then right now price is pushing down, right? So with price pushing down, right? The idea behind this wick here is that you still have a wick to fill left. So since you have a wick to fill, this is likely what would happen if you were to fill that wick on a smaller time frame, right? You just literally creating a support right around here, and then this is your resistance because that's the wick fill. So as it's coming up to fill that wick, you're just coming up like this, right? So even if price were to drive down at some given point, price will likely need to grab liquidity. And if you look at the structure point, this is how it's going to look. So therefore, even if price were to rip down, right, you'll see, again, you see the range fill first. If anything, you'll see the break of the highs first, right? Usually what you'll see before ripping up or ripping down. So that's what that shows on the smaller time frame. If you were to reverse engineer the candle to like daily